Okay, you're going to start up off the CD, choose install, then you get to choose like your language and a couple of pretty obvious options, detect your keyboard layout, whatever. Make sure you have soda. Lots of hardware detection going on. You can pretty much name the host name whatever you want. You know, like if you're going to call it the HTPC, you can call it that or whatever. Name for your user, same thing. We'll do Randy. So once you get here to the partitioner, you're going to go choose manual. And then we're going to have two hard drives. You can see here SDA and SDB just stands for SATA drive A, SATA drive B. We'll create a new partition table. And then we got a bunch of free space. So create a new partition. And we'll just do the operating system partition, 15 gig. Primary, beginning. You can usually just choose the defaults on that stuff. And we're going to set the bootable flag to on. Then we are going to set use as to physical volume for RAID. And then we're done with this partition. Set up the next partition. And this will be the swap, so we'll do 2 gig, logical, beginning, use as physical volume for RAID. There we go. Then done with this partition. Then we'll create the one that's going to hold all the movies, music, and all that stuff. So create new partition. Just leave it whatever it is. 2.2 terabytes. We'll do it logical. Use as physical volume for RAID. And we're done with this partition. So that's the first disk. So now we got to do the same exact thing on the second disk. So we'll create a new partition. And we got to make it the exact same size, so we'll do 15 gig again for the operating system. Use as, bootable flag. Physical volume for RAID, done with this partition. create another partition, 2 gig. It's going to be the swap again, logical beginning. Then use as physical volume for RAID. Done with this partition. And then we're going to create the final partition again. Use as physical volume for RAID. So now that we're done with that, we're going to have to go up to the top here and go to configure software RAID. Just choose yes. Create MD device RAID1. Just leave that at default. That's asking how many hard drives are involved. And we're going to select the same partition on both drives. So we're going to select SDA1 and SDB1. Hit continue. Then we're going to create another MD device, RAID1. We're going to select, same with this, SDA5 and SDB5. So continue. Create MD device, RAID1, and we'll do the final partition, which is SDA6 and SDB6. Continue. And finish. And now we're pretty much done, partitioning everything. You got a full RAID set up, and but what we have to do is assign mount points to the RAID devices. So we're going to go to RAID device 1 here. It says use as do not use, but we're going to use as ext4 journaling file system. And mount point, we're going to set it as the root file system, because that's the operating system partition. And then we're done with this one. And so we're going to go to RAID device, the next RAID device. This is going to be the swap. So we're going to choose use as, we're going to go to swap area. And we're done with that one. And we'll go to the final one where all the movies and stuff are going to be. And we will choose use as. ext4 journaling file system. Mount point we are going to enter manually. So we'll put /media /files. You can change that name files to whatever you want. If you wanted to call it shared or movies or media, again, something, whatever it is you want to do, as long as it's one word. So we're done with that partition. And now you're actually ready to install the operating system. So you can just hit finish partitioning and write changes to the disk and continue, and it might ask you some more questions, but basically the rest of the process should be pretty easy. So